Students, when you come over to Google Classroom, you're going to be able to see right away if you've got any upcoming assignments. It actually gives you a little list right here. You can actually click straight into that assignment, but rather than do that, I'm going to suggest that you go to the class itself and look at the assignment, and you'll see that this one is due tomorrow. It's giving you the big red flag. Usually it'll be green and it'll say upcoming, and it'll give you the due date. But since this one's tomorrow, it's warning you to make sure you know, hey, get this done. Now, the reason I came in through the class itself instead of clicking into the assignment is because this assignment has a link. Now, if you go into the assignment itself, you're not going to see the link anymore. And so you want to make sure that you start out by checking the classroom page itself, because if there's a link you're supposed to follow, it doesn't go inside the assignment, it's posted on the in the class itself. Now, when I click into the assignment, if there are pages that the teacher wants me to have a copy of, Google's going to create copies for me. And what I can actually do is I've now got these two sets of files that the teacher has made with my name on them. Okay, my name in this situation is student. It's a great name, right? So when you've got your copy of the files, they'll have your name on them, and you can do whatever you want. It'll say that these are not done right now, that they're due tomorrow. It'll give me the due date. And I can actually do several things. If I want to add something to this, I've already got part of this assignment done someplace. I can click add, and I can add a Google Drive item. I can add a link to the thing that I've got done, or I can upload a file that I've already got done. If I want to create a new type of Google document, Google presentation, Google spreadsheet, or Google drawing to include with this assignment, I can do that too. When I'm all done, I can click turn in, and that's going to turn in my assignment. Now, if I click turn in, it's going to ask me, are you sure you want to turn this stuff in? And it's saying you're going to be submitting these two pieces of work. Now, I haven't actually looked at those, so maybe I should take a second to go over and check them out. This says Vocabulary Test Part 1 Word Bank and my name. So if I click into that, what do I see? Oh, it's a word bank, just like it told me. I can also look at Vocabulary Test Part 2 with my name on it. And when I do that, you'll notice that both of these files are in editing mode, and I've got my full menu of options here. So I can actually go in and make all sorts of changes to these. These are my copy. They've got my name on them, and I can put whatever I want on here. That's not the real definition of reticent. So I can go in, I can do whatever I want, and you may recall that I mentioned that the assignment itself, I can click that back arrow to go back to see the front page of the classroom. On the assignment tab itself, it actually has a link, and if I follow this link, it's going to bring me to a Google form for this test. Oh, I should be filling out this test. I see. So now I've got the test, and I've got the word bank that I can use for the test. So as I go along, I could find a word that I think means lacking sound judgment, and I could copy it, and I could actually paste it right in here. If I wanted to, I could also type, but I got to make sure that, especially on a form or on a test, I want to make sure that I'm putting in the exact right spelling. So copying it and pasting it is going to probably make it a little bit easier on me. So then I can take it from here, I can cut it and paste that one, and I can cut and paste this one. And so now I know which ones I've used and which ones I haven't. So I can go through and fill in all the answers on this test, and when I'm done putting something into every box, because notice how they're all required questions, so I've got to put something in every box in order to be able to go on, because if I don't, if I leave a blank box and I try and continue, it's going to say, oh, no, you didn't do something. So I've got to put something in that box. Then I can continue, and I've got to put something in all the boxes. And when I'm done, I hit submit. Vocabulary Test Part 1 has been recorded. That's great. I still got Part 2 over here, so I can write what I want to write for Part 2. And when I'm all done completing the test, what I can actually do is hit this Turn In button. And when I hit Turn In, Classroom is going to ask me, are you sure you want to turn these things in? Are you done? Okay, and I've got these two things. If I want, I can write a comment to the teacher, and I can hit turn in. And what's going to happen is those files are now going to be submitted to the teacher. I'm going to lose my ability to edit them. I can come back and try and open this if I want to see what I did to it. But when I look at it, my menus are going to change, and I'm not going to have full editing permissions anymore. I've still got it open. There it is. Access is denied. I no longer have permission to access the document, so my changes can't be saved. It takes away my ability to do anything to it, and I've only got the view permissions, so I can't do anything to this. Now, if I turn this in and I go, oh, holy smokes, I totally didn't do most of this thing, I really need to work on this, I can close these. I've got these open in a couple of places, so let me close them up. And I can actually click this unsubmit button, and it's going to ask, do I really want to unsubmit this? And I may want to leave a comment for the teacher, because the teacher is going to see that I turned it in and then took it back, so I may want to say why I unsubmitted it. So I can put my comment, and then I click unsubmit. And it's going to take about 30-45 seconds for that file to be unsubmitted. And my comments are appearing here for the teacher to see. No one else can see them but me and the teacher when I'm putting comments into an assignment. And when I try and open this file up, I waited just long enough, it looks like, that I'm going to have full editing access. Sometimes the first time you open it, it'll still be in view mode. If you just click right here for the refresh button, it will reset the page and it should open up with the editing permissions. So now I can go back, I can continue my test, I can continue my assignment, whatever it happens to be, and when I'm done, I hit turn in. Now I can do this for essays, I can do this for test pages, I can do this for anything that the teacher shares with me that is a Google document in Google Classroom. And when I'm all done and I turn stuff in, the teacher's going to be able to view it and edit it and make comments and put a grade on it. So I want to make sure that when I hit turn in, I'm done. And it'll tell me that I've submitted my work right here, so I'll know that I'm done. And in fact, if I come back over to the main page, I even get a green check saying, hey, you're done, congratulations. And if I go back to home, where all of my classes are listed, I'm going to see that although I've got this upcoming assignment, when I click on it to get into it, it's telling me it's done, I'm good to go. So that's how you can get into and work on assignments in Google Classroom. The other thing to know is that when you're done with an assignment and the teacher has graded it, when you come back to it, it's going to show you the grade that the teacher gave you, and if the teacher had any comments for you, they're going to actually show up in this area down here, so you'll be able to see comments they left for you. And depending on how the teacher is running the class, they may let you rework on and resubmit the work to raise your grade. So not only do you turn in your work here, but you can see how you did on the work as well. You're going to know that your work was returned because you're going to actually get an email from the teacher. It's going to be sent automatically by Classroom that says that the assignment was returned. Now, not only are you going to see that the assignment has been returned and you may see a grade on there, you can actually go into the assignment itself, and you should go into the assignment itself and see if the teacher left you any specific feedback or comments on the assignment. When you go in, if the teacher had any comments to make, they're going to show up on the side, and you're going to be able to see right away, ooh, I got a point for that, but that wasn't right. Hey, great, I got that one right. So the teacher can leave comments just like on a Google document. And if the teacher happens to be in suggesting mode, they can also go in and add suggestions that are going to stand out in green outlines. So you're going to be able to see those from the teacher as well. So all sorts of information you're going to get back from your teacher when you turn in work through Google Classroom. All right, so be aware, all that information is available to you, and you should use it to help improve your work as you go along.